The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Make sure you're getting the David Pakman Show on your Android and iPhone by having the Stitcher app. I know I use the app. Lewis's phone, not new enough to have it, but he would use it if he could.
I could, yeah, definitely.
I'm sure it's fair to say. Make sure to use promo code DAVID. You'll automatically be entered to win $100. You'll be supporting the show. You'll also automatically have the show put in your favorites, which, just makes it even easier to find. Mm-hmm. There's a new driver's test that's out. And right when I read this, I knew that this was going to get people up in arms. This test was given to a number of different drivers of a variety of ages, both men and women. And it determined a number of different things. I took the test before the show. I got 19 out of 20 questions right. Lewis, you took it. What was your score?
80%.
So you missed 4 questions.
I guess so.
And what did you get, Natan?
I also got 80, but we've established that me and Lewis got one question wrong because it didn't include the laws in Massachusetts, and we were actually correct for the Massachusetts law.
Right. Well, when I took it knowing that these were not the Massachusetts laws, but they were general laws. So, arguably, you guys could have taken that into consideration and maybe gotten a better score.
Perhaps, Dave. Perhaps not.
The controversial part is this, which is that on the test, men did significantly better than women. Now, we know that there's a number of different stereotypes about drivers, and one of those stereotypes that many women find offensive, understandably so, is that men are better drivers than women. Now, I think if I'm looking at this correctly, the average score for men was about 60%, whereas the average score for women was about 45%. Many women already emailing me, knowing we were going to talk about this, pretty angry about it. And the survey, again, is not addressing whether the skill of driving is more present in men or women, but what it's addressing is knowledge of driving regulations. Regardless.
And it's only 13 questions. It's
20 questions.
Was it?
Yeah. It's 20 questions. I got 19 out of 20, hence 95%.
But still, overall, is that really a good barometer of someone's driving knowledge?
Well, it's some pretty good questions. Like, for example, what to do at a blinking yellow light and a blinking red light. 2 of the questions that many people got wrong, which is really kind of scary because you think those are kind of keys to safety. In other words, at a red flashing light, you should be stopping, not yielding. That could cause some chaos, could it not?
It could.
Now, Lewis went to school in Florida for a while where he totaled multiple of his grandmother's cars. And he knows a little bit about bad driving, and this actually ran...
Yeah, see, none of those accidents were my fault. One car was totaled. Both times I was rear-ended. F you, Dave.
And waited 8 hours.
I'm just going to jump across this desk and punch this kid in the face. I bet our fans would love to see that.
So there were incidents in Florida that prompted Lewis to many times say that Florida has some of the worst drivers.
So bad.
Right?
I'm sorry, Florida. You guys are terrible.
Once again, however, New Jersey actually ranked at the bottom on this list.
See, we've both driven down the Jersey Turnpike, which people claim is really bad.
Yeah.
And do you really think it's that bad?
The Turnpike isn't, but I think on highways, bad driving it can be less prevalent, especially when there's always traffic, because nobody's going to go fast anyway.
I've done plenty of driving in New Jersey, and it does not even compare to Florida.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, New Jersey they did beat out a couple places. I guess D.C. and Maryland and Hawaii. No, you know what? Right, they improved. New Jersey was at the bottom. And to be honest, Massachusetts was also at the bottom most years. And I find drivers here to be absolutely horrific.
They're bad, but still. Maybe it has something to do with speed limits and the layout of things, but I'm telling you.
So are you saying higher speed limits or lower speed limits lead to better or worse driving? Because we were just in Arizona where the speed limit is high, and the driving didn't seem particularly bad, although we were warned.
Where I was in Florida, it was high speed limits with traffic lights. You're talking 50 miles per hour with lights, big intersections.
Right.
I witnessed countless accidents. I was only in 2 personally.
The kind of highway business district type stuff.
Yeah.
I actually have it. Once I remember when I was younger and I was going to the airport and I was in kind of one of these shared vans. And I vividly remember this. The driver had this, seemed to believe the stereotype that Asian Americans are bad drivers. Mm-hmm. And he actually brought this up. There weren't any Asian Americans in the car, but as we were being driven, all of a sudden the guy says to everybody in the van, "Hey, you see this car in front of me? I would bet anything that the driver is either Chinese or Japanese or Asian in some way." I knew exactly what was going on. And I was hoping as we drove by that it wasn't going to be an Asian person because I just wanted the guy to feel stupid because I don't like I don't find these stereotypes to be particularly polite. And as we drive by, it was an Asian guy driving, and I was just sitting in the back. I didn't say anything, but I have to admit I was pretty disappointed because I wanted the guy to look stupid.
Well,
but he knew. I mean, I don't know.
He drives for a living, right?
It's like the Mel Gibson thing when he actually asked which one of the officers is a Jew, and one of the guys was actually Jewish. I mean, what are the odds? Mm-hmm. Would you have said anything to the guy in that situation? No,
No.
you probably would have stayed quiet.
I wouldn't have said anything. I don't care. Whatever.
So in any event, it hasn't happened since, but other times when I've been in those situations where drivers mention Asian drivers, they actually have been wrong. And I don't know, made me feel a little bit better about it. Lewis, very careful not to comment on this. I can tell this is
I just had a bad joke, but I'm not going to say it.
making Lewis a little bit nervous here.
No.